Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. In today's video, we're going to show you how to clean the Dreame L40S AE. So I've lived with this robot vacuum cleaner for 3 months. After this video, I'll give it my 3-month real world score. We'll see if it earns the Just a Dad approved sticker. But in this video, I'm going to show you how to do all the maintenance. Replace mop pads, filters, dust bags, tri-cut brush. And I was actually able to find a generic kit that is actually really good that I'm going to recommend. You can find all the parts that I recommend on my website, justadadapproved.com. I do use links, so if you purchase a product off of my website or from the description, the product's not going to cost you anymore, but I do earn a small commission from the sale. I do purchase these robot vacuum cleaners with my own money. That way I can give you my honest opinion. And the kit I'm going to be using is called the KTN Aid. I love it, but we can use everything but the side brush. We do have to buy an OEM side brush because it's different. Now I'll do a separate video where I go over my scorecard and tell you whether it's approved or skip it, whether or not it gets the Just a Dad approved sticker. In this video, we're simply going to clean it. Now, before we go any further, there's one step inside the app we're going to do, which actually is very good. So go to settings, click the 3 little dots, scroll down to dock settings, scroll down, clean washboard manually. We're going to select that. My clean water tank has water in it, so hit start. The robot's going to undock. You have to have a brush ready to go. Remove this. We're going to clean this later. What's going to happen is there's some hot water going to come down here. And then we're going to scrub it, and then it sucks it up automatically.
Clean water starts outflowing.
There it is. So now start scrubbing. It mainly just gets dirty right there. So this is something we're going to do. You don't have to move the dock like that. You can leave it right where the dock's at. The water is warm too. So just keep scrubbing.
Clean water outflowing process ended.
Okay.
Please wait for 10 seconds.
Yeah, it wants you to let it soak and then scrub it. But I started scrubbing right away. Again, I'll have a link to this brush on my website, justadadapproved.com. We're going to use this for the entire process.
Will be pumped out automatically.
And then as it starts to suck the water out, we'll push all that dirt to where it gets sucked out. Hasn't started yet. And then we're going to turn the robot off and start all of our maintenance. But this is a pretty nice maintenance task. And you can do this every month. I'll still need to wipe that off. We'll take this to the sink and clean it. All right, now we're going to turn this off because we got a lot of maintenance to do to the robot. And at the end, we'll turn it back on and reset all the maintenance reminders. And again, I've purchased over 15 different generic kits. Here's the OEM side brushes we'll be using. A lot of them aren't any good, and that's why I won't even show you the ones that aren't any good. I'm only going to show you the ones that are good. Okay, first things, let's grab the clean water tank. There's a little bit of maintenance. The dirty water tank has quite a bit of maintenance to do. We're going to clean it out because these things get to stinking, and I've got a hack to help prevent that odor I'll show you. Okay, let's take a look at the dust bag. Simply pull this off. Here's the dust bag. You're going to grab this right here, pull this. We can see it did a pretty good job of vacuuming. I replace mine usually after about 2 months. This is the solution tank. I put my solution in here. I put Shark Vac Mop solution, and I also put it in my clean water tank. Here's that dust bag from that kit. You're going to slide it in right here. A little tricky. Make sure the dust that came out of the track. I'm not sure why, but it needs to be in that track. Now it's going to go in. Maybe it came out of the bag that way, but these are still good bags. Now you slide it in, make sure it's flush here. Just put the bag here, kind of open it up. Make sure the bag didn't get pinched. And then take this, slide it on, you're good to go. Okay, we're going to get a lint-free cloth. This is a sensor right here. That gets really dirty. Up front, this is another sensor. There are sensors here on the side also. This is also a sensor too. Let's open it up here. We got a lot of maintenance to do on the filter. That's relatively clean. Or that, make sure nothing's around the lidar. Make sure the bumper's free. Sometimes popcorn kernel seeds can get down there. All right, now let's take a look. Let's remove the mop pads. These might be able to be refreshened. You can put these in the laundry. They are, that type of dock does make them flat. We'll wipe this area off. Wheels are free. This side brush is the standard one. You simply just pull up, make sure there's no hair on it. This one, you could dip those in hot water to realign them. I'm going to leave mine. We've got sensors here. These are cliff sensors so it doesn't fall down your stairs. That's a carpet sensor. Be very careful that if something's in there, you can put a towel, but don't force it. Just lightly, you know. All right, let's pinch these tabs. There's the tri-cut brush. This thing works excellent for long hairs. That thing's very intricate. I have a separate video. I took one of these apart. Now, you can take these apart. Oh yeah. Take those two screws and you can clean that, slide that out and slide that out. You can clean those brushes, but don't get this wet. This is very intricate. And then put that back on. Mine's in pretty good shape. And sometimes you need to get a brush, like a stiff metal brush, and you can get all that stuff off of there. This is in really good shape. We're going to clean this area. Be careful. That is a membrane. That's a really thin membrane. We're just going to wipe that down. Now this filter, you should be cleaning this every couple weeks. I neglected mine quite a bit. So it is full, but it's reusable. Ooh, we even got some debris in there. So we're going to take this all to the sink and get this all nice. We got a lot of maintenance to do around this. That trapdoor likes to gather hair. So we'll clean it, but make sure no hair is right here. And make sure that flap is in. Because when we clean this, that flap may be pointed the other way. Okay, so here are the tools and the cleaning products I use. I use Shark Vac Mop Solution. That goes in my clean water tank. This is what I clean everything with. The cleaning hack, after I wash this out really good, I put an Effordent tablet, a denture cleaning tablet in there. Every time I empty that out, it prevents odor. Got the brush here. Let's get started. And again, you can find this all at justadadapproved.com. This is the best part, and you should be doing this every couple weeks. These are reusable. You don't need to spray any chemicals. Every couple weeks, but you got to let it dry. That's why I recommend getting some extra ones. All right, now let's spray. The tanks really stink. And the scrubbing bubbles will just help eliminate all that odor. Again, don't get your tri-cut brush wet. This is easy to clean. This gets a little dirty. Now, if you're like me and you're always in a hurry, I'll put a link to this on my website, justadadapproved.com. This can really help speed up the drying process a lot. It's also good for blowing off everything. It just works very well. Charges with USB-C. That's why I like it. And it's very powerful. You can clean the filter, but it still needs to dry in the sun. Okay, let's put the tri-cut brush in. Put the square in here. Rotate it, make sure it rotates free. Put the front in first, kind of wiggle it. We're good to go there. Now, if you got any metal on your floor, that is a magnet, so that picks up little metal shavings. Grab your mop pad. Make sure you engage the Velcro. Same with this one. And same with that. You got some metal shavings there. Mine's a little wet. Now make sure that flapper is in. You definitely would want to make sure this is dry. Push this flapper. There's some maintenance we got to do. We still have some hair underneath there, even though I washed it. So get a brush. Get like a brush, and you can get that hair out of there. There. Now when it closes, no more hair and it closes. Grab your filter, make sure it's dry. It's got a handle. Grab it by the handle, there's the seal. It goes in at an angle, nice and flush. Put it in, nice and flush, you're ready to go. Hold the power button or dock it. That turns the power on. I wiped all this down. These do pop off if you need to clean it even more. But this simply just goes like that. Okay, let's go to clean history. 67 cycles, 4,000. I changed it to square feet. 43,000 square feet. It does have a dirt detection sensor, so we do get a dirt map. And you get a second mopping for a whole room. I do like that part. But that'll be for the next video. All right, let's go to accessory usage. Filter, I did replace it. Go ahead and confirm. Side brush has some more time on it. Main brush has a lot more time on it. Sensors, I did clean. So you're resetting the timer is what you're doing. Mop pads replaced as needed. Dust bag, there's no timer. So you're good to go. So again, the dustbin filter you should do every couple weeks till your home gets pretty clean. Mop pads last about every 2 months. Dust bag every 2 months, unless you have pets. You should be cleaning the washboard basin every month and a half, 2 months. This one's going to be a tough call. It's going to come down to price. It's probably going to get it is an okay robot. It's kind of expensive right now, but it does come with the tri-cut brush. You do get a dirt detection sensor, but no side brush that extends into the corner. So that's why the Mova P10 Pro is still my #1 pick, even though we've got some really good robots. If you do end up with this robot, it's going to be a pretty nice robot. But again, check out my website. I'll have tips and tricks, all the generic parts. We can really save some money with generic parts. So again, justadadapproved.com. It'll have my completed scorecard, data card, but the main one is, so you almost get to use everything. So I copied the sheet from the Mova P10 Pro. You get to use everything that the Mova P10 Pro and the Dreame L40 use, except the side brush is different. And it's about $8 a piece for a side brush. So if you're using generic, it's going to be around $220 a year, 18 bucks a month, or OEM is going to be a little bit more because that side brush is a little bit more, so probably about 25 bucks a month. So again, we can save some money. I found 3 generic kits that are really good for the Mova P10 Pro, Dreame L40, and this one too, except for the side brush. So again, justadadapproved.com is going to have all the information. I do appreciate everybody's support. Check out my very next video where I give it the Just a Dad sticker seal of approval. Boy, it's right there on the line. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do yet. So again, justadadapproved.com. Thanks everybody.